Patrick Mahomes and the last-place Chiefs after their loss to the Chargers, and Kyrie Irving was absent from Nets Media Day today. A live report from Brooklyn and why Kevin Durant isn't worried about Kyrie being ready for the season. Let's go. Hi, I'm Max Kellerman, and welcome to This Just In, a fast hour around the world of sports and how I see it. Zion Williamson had surgery to repair a broken right foot he suffered during the summer, but should be available for the regular season, New Orleans Pelicans Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations David Griffin said on Monday. I mean, this is what happens when you put Derrick Rose fast twitchies in a, Larry Johnson body. You know, sneakers explode and certain joints can't handle it, but hopefully he gets and stays healthy because he is an MVP level talent, obviously a transcendent star. As expected, Ben Simmons will not report to the Philadelphia 76ers when they open training camp on Tuesday. Team president Daryl Morey said there's still hope Simmons will return at some point to the Sixers. I thought the Sixers fans had kid gloves on with Ben Simmons. He's the one who decided to never shoot the ball. Now, Adam Schefter tweeted, Bears head coach Matt Nagy told reporters today that all three quarterbacks, Justin Fields, Nick Foles, and Andy Dalton, are under consideration to start in Week 4 against the Lions. Justin Fields injured his throwing hand Sunday. X-rays were negative. Big NFC East matchup on Monday Night Football. Dak Prescott finally plays in front of the Dallas fans after his gruesome injury, while Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts makes his debut under the Monday Night Lights. Winner of this game takes the division lead. Great to have NFL analyst Jeff Saturday, or Eye Candy as he refers to
That's right.
insider Chris Mortensen for some content.
not eye candy. That's why
right.
we have him on.
That's right. Jeff, Dak is my pick as the player under the most pressure this week. Every year, I hear about the Cowboys, how they're the best in the NFC East. Not last year. Well, Dak was hurt. Okay, the year before he wasn't hurt. They went 8-8. They didn't win the division. They're at home. Hurts is a relatively young, relatively unproven starter. They were picked, the Eagles, to finish last in the division by most. Isn't this, like, if Dak loses this game, what does it mean? Jeff, what does it mean?
Yeah, this is earn your money time. And you're not wrong to say that, Max. I fully agree with you. Like, this is earn your money. You get paid that contract. You want to be put up in the elite category of NFL quarterbacks, which Dak's play has pushed him up even these first 2 weeks. Now it's money time. This is your division. This is a division opponent who knows you, who's seen you, who scripts for you, each year, twice a year. So there's not going to be any secrets. This is just line up, play good football. I will say this, though, Max. I think when you've seen the two game plans that the Cowboys have had against the Bucs in Week 1 where they threw it all over the park, and then last week when they ran it and both Pollard and Elliott had good days on the ground, I think it has to be more that second game plan, right? They need to make sure they can establish the run, let that offensive line do a good job to try to neutralize that Eagles front seven. It's going to be very important. To me, this is not a game where you want Dak throwing it 50 times. You want this to be very similar to how it was last week and the balance with Pollard and Elliott.
Where do you come in on this?
Well, first of all, you're a Giants fan. So anything you say, I'll put an asterisk by about the Cowboys or anybody else in the NFC East.
He's a smart man.
I thought the Eagles would be the sleeper team in that division. I was surprised they lost to the 49ers at home last week. They opened with a win at Atlanta. And the key is Jalen Hurts. How fast can he grow? He's one of those young guys that can start practice early in the week. It's slow, and then it gains momentum. But when you saw the Cowboys, let's face it now, they went to Tampa in the opener on Thursday night when the Buccaneers are celebrating that Super Bowl, and they took them right to the end. And Zach Martin, the all-pro right guard, was out. But Zach Martin was back last week. As Jeff just pointed out, you had Tony Pollard, now Zeke Elliott, with all the receivers. The defense is stabilized some. We'll see how stabilized they are. But the Eagles' offensive line, now they're missing Jordan Mailata at left tackle. Right. But they've got Andre Dillard, their original first-round pick, back there, and they're pretty stable. So I think actually it should be a good game, but a lot depends on how well Jalen Hurts plays, not how well Dak Prescott plays.
Yeah, Jeff, Jalen Hurts has played well as a starter in the NFL, especially considering the limited experience. The Eagles are not expected to win this game. What does Hurts have to do tonight in order to get the W?
Just be the gamer that he is, right? I mean, he can beat you. He can pull the ball down and make plays. He extends plays really well, keeps his eyes down the field, I think, which will stress defenses. Now, think about this. Dan Quinn has turned this defense around the first 2 weeks, for the Dallas Cowboys. They hustle. They play fast to the ball. But they still got holes. Let's not act like every one of them over there are now all of a sudden perennial all-pros. They moved Parsons into defensive end to let him put pressure. That turned out to be a genius move. But if Hurts can buy time, they will be susceptible on their back end. I think that's what he has to do, is the plays that you can make where you can extend for that split second extra to put the ball down the field and allow your receivers to make plays. That's going to be important. Yep. And I think what Mort said is and I'm an offensive lineman, so of course I'm going to say this, but Kelsey's playing as well as I've seen him play. Johnson, those guys, they have done a good job up front. They need to continue to assert themselves against that Cowboys front. You have got to wear these guys down. You don't want them to play fast. So Hurts, make the plays downfield and let your offensive line control the tempo of the game.
That's the matchup tonight. Around 13 hours ago on Sunday Night Football, the Packers and the 49ers, Jimmy G. I mean, I keep bringing this up whenever the subject Jimmy G comes up. He has won 75% of his games for a team that has lost 75% of their games without him, and these are pretty big sample sizes. He almost won the game. They needed a touchdown. A field goal wasn't going to do it. And he throws the touchdown pass with 37 seconds left to take the lead. But 37 seconds is too much time for Aaron Rodgers. In fact, only 0 seconds left beats Aaron Rodgers. And he links up with his best receiver twice. And just like that, Aaron Rodgers works, his magic. He is Dak Prescott. Ask Dak in the playoffs a couple of years ago. Oh, wow. Well, that guy does some stuff that most others who ever lived can't do. Jeff Mort, the story here, to me, is what a sneaky big game this is if you look at the schedule. Starting in Week 8, look at the Packers' schedule. It's rough sledding. They have one bye in there, but good team after good team. What are the odds that Rodgers works the same magic, the rest of this season that he worked last night? Does this work against, starting week at Cardinals on a short rest, at Chiefs, Seahawks come to town, they're at Vikings, the Rams come to town. Then they have a bye in the Bears, but then at Ravens, the Browns come. It's brutal. What are your thoughts, Mort?
Well, first of all, they lost the opener to the Saints, a very good team. We think that was just a fluke. No, the Saints dominated them. But a couple pieces of good news for Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the Green Bay team is that they're going to get back David Bakhtiari, their all-pro left tackle, probably around midseason from the injury. And they got Elston Jenkins, who was out against the 49ers with an injury. He'll be back soon. So they should get better if you could stay healthy. I mean, that 49ers secondary actually is decimated by injuries.
That's right.
But listen, when Aaron throws passes like we've seen in the last couple weeks, including last night, listen, there's no defense for that. But I think the good news for the Packers is they got some offensive linemen coming back.
Jeff?
During that stretch you're talking about.
Yeah, I fully agree. Listen, can Aaron Rodgers do it? Absolutely he can do it. I mean, did you see the passion that he played with last night? I mean, this guy is, for everything that everybody was talking about the offseason and, where is everything going to fall out and how's this all going to look? Man, this dude played lights out. Let me tell you, that throw he made that you saw to Adams over Warner's outstretched arm, I'm not sure there's anybody else. I mean, that is just an insanely good throw. And like you said, 37 seconds left in the game, and everybody was on the edge of their seat because they truly believed that he can get them down quick enough to win this football game. When I look at the Packers, this team will continue to get better. They have a young offensive line. You saw them last night neutralize one of the best front sevens in the NFL. That's defensive line and linebackers. They did a really good job, and we know San Francisco's struggling on the back end of their defense because of injuries. But they manhandled them. They put double teams down. And when you have the ability to both run and pass for the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers will light you out. You have to make him one-dimensional. The 49ers could not do that. Give the Packers a lot of credit. Can they continue it? Heck, yes, they can.
Let me have a quick tag on that. Something Jeff said, talk about Aaron Rodgers. What he told Michelle Tafoya of NBC after the game, I thought really was opened my eyes and my ears. And he said, "How can you not be romantic about football now?" Right. He's speaking to himself. That means he's fallen back in love with football, which means maybe he had fallen out of love with football, but he certainly is playing with that type of passion.
Rodgers didn't want to be dictated the end of his Packers career the way Favre was, it seems to me. He was able to successfully negotiate that maneuver. He'll leave on his terms, and I have to believe he'd love to leave with a Super Bowl, another Super Bowl win. This team looks like they're capable of doing it. Thank you, gentlemen. Stay put. More from you in a moment. Coming up, Tom Brady and the champs went west and lost. If they meet again in the playoffs, will Matthew Stafford still be the difference? And Kyrie Irving